All right, let's get into it. Rick, let's just lead off with giving us a general state of the market as it relates to M&A and specifically COVID's impact on that as well.
Sure. So obviously, well, not obviously. So since the turn of the year, we look at the financials and operations of countless companies almost on a daily basis. Different kinds of candidate companies that we do financial modeling on. We have transaction analysis model that's proprietary to Cogent. And while we're doing that, we obviously get a pretty deep dive into the numbers, of various companies that we're looking at. And we also talk to CEOs of IT companies all the time, whether they want to do something now or do something later, whether they're on the buy side or on the sell side. So we got quite a barometer of interesting IT companies that we have been talking to throughout this entire debacle. We've been calling it the zombie apocalypse event internally, just so just as a joke, just to lighten the mood a little bit. So interestingly, just across the board, and again, our statistics are probably a little bit skewed only because the companies that aren't doing well probably aren't talking to us. So I don't think we're the best comment about people that are being affected, because I just don't think we're chatting with them. But we're chatting with people that aren't or have been affected, but in different ways. And for the most part, first quarter of this year, Q1, everyone was kind of up and to the right, having a pretty darn gangbusters quarter, coming off of what looked like a really good fourth quarter last year. A lot of interesting reasons for that inside the IT technical industry anyways, with Windows and all the other stuff that was going on at the end of the year. Everyone was having a great quarter, and then COVID hit. And some of our clients were even, hey, should we stop doing M&A? Wow, is this all going to just stop? And we actually kept our foot on the gas quite hard. We had already done that previous to this happening, actually, with a lot of marketing initiatives and so forth. But lo and behold, I think it proved that the IT industry is as resilient and evergreen as we all thought it was. For the most part, companies got a little bit of a cash flow hit, giving benevolence to some of their customers, which a lot of them chalked up to marketing expense, if you will, just to keep customers having help people out. A few people did lose some customers here and there from being either acquired or going bankrupt. That was in the very much minority. The majority was 6 weeks, everybody running around with their hair on fire, doing work from home for their own company, doing work from home for their client companies. That certainly slowed down some closings that we were working on at the time. They got moved down the road. But that's a really good sort of comment, and that a lot of stuff just got time shifted. So the companies that were heavily project oriented, or product oriented, or both, they thought they were going to see deals go away, but they didn't really go away. They got time shifted. And then a lot of them are actually seeing more bidding and have seen more bidding. And current events is, I'd say everybody's kind of back to normal, having had that cash flow hit, having had that sort of working with their customers. I think it found a lot of people, and Rex, maybe you can talk to this, they were actually working more with their customers because it caused them to have to talk to their customers more. I think it solidified a lot of customer relationships in that way. And the stuff we're looking at now is, everybody's doing well, mostly, for the most part. Again, obviously, if you have a business affected by different industries that were severely adversely affected by this, that was an issue. But for the most part, everybody says, hey, how are valuations? And the interesting thing is, if your company was not harmed by that, then the valuations haven't changed. Our clientele has not woke up today going, hey, I need my money back faster than I used to need it back 6 months ago. That hasn't changed. Multiples really haven't changed. I'm not a big multiple guy. It's really about free cash flow and when am I going to get my money back as a buyer. But that said, that hasn't changed either. If it's a good company and I know what my timeline is, my horizon for getting my money back as a buyer, and the seller wants to do that, then it happens.